All right, welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday or happy whatever day if you're watching this back. I am so honored to be here with y'all tonight and to just tell you a little bit about Plexus, about our products, about our opportunity, and why this is someplace that for the last 10 years I have called home. I know that that sounds really cliche, and I started very skeptically looking at people that were posting about the pink drink and posting about the opportunity. I'm like, ooh, I don't really get it. I don't know why they're posting so much. But once you're on this side of it, like we say, once you've started the products, once you've met the opportunity and met this community, you get it. And so if you're here and you're already part of the community and part of Plexus, I know that it's really hard, but will you just drop something, one of the first things that comes to mind on why you love this? Maybe it's the products, maybe it's the opportunity, maybe it's both for you. I know that that's something that's really hard to just put into a couple of words, but I think that it's so, so important for people to be able to see and to hear and to know because y'all will hear me say this a lot, energy attracts, and we do it differently here at Plexus. And so if you don't know me, my name is Brianne Coolidge. I have been here, like I said, for just over 10 years. I started very skeptically. When my kids were 2, 3, and 5, I am a former sixth grade math teacher, and this was not something that I was necessarily looking for, but it definitely found me, and I am so thankful that it did. My health testimony was a little bit crazy. I always say that I don't know how we were functioning in the space and place that we were functioning in. I'd had 3 kiddos in 3 years. In that same 3 year time span, I was diagnosed with 4 different autoimmune disorders. And my oldest daughter, who is 16 now, was diagnosed with her first anaphylactic food allergy attack when she was just 16 months old. And so we had gone through the ringer with our health. And when I say that I was skeptical of network marketing. I was skeptical of the products because I was a probiotic snob. I was living in health food stores. I was tired of going from doctor's appointment to doctor's appointment and just being told that this was the way that things were going to be. I am somebody that absolutely believes that God made our bodies to work. And I did not want to have to, at the time, I was 20. Let's see, I'm 42 now. So, when I was first diagnosed with some of my autoimmune, I was 26. And when I found Plexus, I was just 31 years old. And so I knew that this was not the path that I wanted to take. If you can relate to that, will you just drop a one in the comments? If you're somebody that knows that your body could work, but maybe it just feels like you're not working up to your full potential. Maybe you're waking up in the morning and you're more tired than when you went to bed. Headaches are a huge part of your day. Maybe it's the digestive issues that you're struggling with. Maybe it's the weight balance. If you're in the same season of life as me and so many others, maybe it's perimenopause or menopausal stages that you just know that you want to be able to function better and not live from quick fix to quick fix. And so that's what we want y'all to be able to hear tonight, to hear our hearts in this, to know that there is a way that your body can heal and that you can show up for moments because those 3 kids that are down in the bottom or middle of your screen, if you're looking at that picture, they absolutely need a mom that's present. And I say this over and over again, but when moms and dads and people are really able to be fully present and in moments, that's generational, right? My kids have a better mom every single day because I started pouring into my own cup, and it is an investment every single day to be able to show up for them. And we can either feed the health or we can feed the sickness. And so we want you to be here tonight with an open mind, open heart, and be able to ask all of the questions. Don't shy away from that because we always want you confident and comfortable. And so we started this team 10 years ago by mistake. I shared with my mom, my sister-in-law, and 2 friends, and very quickly saw what this opportunity could be because so many people needed this. Within 18 months of accidentally starting a business, we were in the top 1% of the company making a 6-figure income. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about that tonight. Whatever you're here for, health, products, finances, both. We want you to know what Plexus is and to feel confident and comfortable in that. And so we currently have thousands of people on our team that are using the products, some people that are sharing, and everywhere in between. And one of the things that I love the most about Plexus is that the person that invited you here tonight did not have to. We'll talk just a little bit about this too, but there are no minimums, there's no quotas, there's nothing that we have to meet every single month. We quite simply just know that these products work and that it impacts people. And so before I even dive further into this, we're going to do a $50 cash give back tonight just for you showing up. And so if you're new here, or if maybe you've never been on one of our Zooms before, our Meet Plexus, will you just drop in the comments who invited you and say thank you? And I know that that maybe sounds a little bit silly, but just type their name and just thank you. Or if you want, why you're here, what you're excited to learn. Because again, they didn't have to invite you here, but we want to honor the space that you're in and that you're showing up and that you're making a difference. Today I read a quote and it said, indecisiveness and indecision is a decision. And if you're here, then you decided to show up and not just stay stuck. And I think that that's always something that we can honor because we know what it's like to just go day after day after day and not make a decision to make a change. And we love that we had somebody that was here that helped you do that. So Plexus as a company, I think that this is always so important because we want you, again, to feel confident and comfortable in where you're at and who you're ordering with. I think that this is something that absolutely changed things for me when I felt completely secure in who I was ordering for and who ordering from. Because we're so used to ordering off of Amazon, right? How many people order off of Amazon regularly? I know I do with 3 kids. It's something that we do, but we don't really think about where it's coming from, right? But it's normal when you're starting to order health products that you want to maybe check it out a little bit. And so we again want you to know what Plexus is. So we have an A plus with the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. That is something that we are really proud of because that's based on customer service and customer satisfaction. We have a 60-day back money guarantee. It is used less than 1% of the time because we have products that actually work and a company that actually cares. We have been in Plexus. This is our 18-year month anniversary. This month in April, we have been around for 18 years. That says a ton about who we are. Most network marketing companies don't make it past 3 years, and there are very few that have made it to the $1 billion mark, and that's where we are headed over the next couple of years. And that's something that is absolutely incredible and needs to be highlighted. We actually started out with a breast check kit, and now we have been known as the OG gut health company. We were talking about probiotics and blood glucose metabolism before it was cool. We are a debt-free company and we're privately owned, and all of our products are made here in the United States. Why are those things important? Because we don't have a board of directors deciding what happens within our company. I have met personally our owners. If you guys have ever met Alec and Tarl, our owners and founders, will you just drop in the comments? There's no way to put into words exactly what they mean and who they are. But if they meet you, they know you by name, they ask about your kids, they ask about your family. And that to me feels like home. Even though we have hundreds of thousands of people across the world within Plexus, they genuinely care about who we are and what we do to give back. And we also have a highly acclaimed medical advisory board and go through and put our products to the test. One of the reasons that I was so skeptical about Plexus was because you see so many people posting about so many different issues. And so I love this. If you want to screenshot this slide, Plexus isn't just weight loss. I know that we get lumped into that category because as your body starts to balance, weight will balance as well, especially right now with the new Viral Purple drink. But we have so many different categories for people with general health and wellness, with weight management, with our skin health, because we have a microbiome on our skin, with kids' wellness as well. But what is notable here is that it's all natural, it's plant-based. And as a mama that had a kiddo with allergies, it is really really important to me that we're non-GMO, gluten-free. We have vegan options, and we're free of all of the major allergens in our products as well. One of the most popular things that you will see us posting about, along with our viral purple drink, is our pink drink. And again, it's so much more than weight loss. When your glucose metabolism is balanced and your gut microbiome is balanced with good probiotics and getting rid of the bad, those things that are on that list start to balance out as well. And so it is not a quick fix, right? It's not you masking with Tylenol or energy drinks. It's substituting those things that we do to get through our day with something that's actually going to heal. And so as your body starts to heal, you see those things start to balance out and your body work the way that it was supposed to work. We have two different types of pink drink. We have our microbiome and our hunger control. And so if that's something that you're interested in, the person that invited you here tonight will be able to help you through with those choices as well. A couple of other drinks that we have are active is our mom fuel. Our hydrate is natural electrolytes. As again, a mom with three teenagers that are constantly in sports, I love beyond love that they come in packets and that they're healthy. So this switches out any kind of energy drink, which are not good for us. There's no regulation on those, and also with Gatorades. And so I love that they're in packets because my kiddos keep them in their backpacks and in their sports bags, and then they can just mix them up at any point in time. And I know that it's something that is healthy for them. And then our Restore, which we're going to talk about, that helps to make up our purple drink along with our Slim. And that is an amazing liver detox. And I can talk for hours and hours about the way that that has just unlocked so many issues for people. If you have tried one of those drinks, and you can pick a favorite, will you drop that in the comments? If you can't pick a favorite, I know some of your faces are like, don't do that to me because I use them all. Would you just drop what you love about those products? This is something that is taking the internet by storm. It is called our Slim and Trim combo. It's our new GLP-1 combo. And if you are not familiar with the GLP-1 craze that's going on, and maybe you've seen it and you've just kind of heard about it within the shot form, you will never hear me criticize somebody for doing what they need to do for their health. There are a lot of things that start off very helpful and beneficial, and then let's just say big pharma takes it and makes it something that it's not necessarily always supposed to be. We all have that natural GLP-1 hormone within us. Our body naturally produces it. But when we're stressed, when we have inflammation, when we're eating the wrong foods, when we're snacking all day long, or we're not getting the right things that we need within our body, that natural GLP-1 hormone is actually quieted and our body stops producing it. What this product combination does, our black cherry Slim Hunger Control and our Restore, you mix those together to make the purple drink, and it is creating waves because it actually will go in and it helps to detox our liver, clear inflammation, quiet food noise, and the results have been phenomenal. If you are on that and you are here, will you drop what you're seeing in the comments just so that people can see that too? Men and women, there are so many tips and tricks that we have around this after this coming out. We've sold out of it twice, and I always love to point that out. Some people are like, wait, why are you celebrating selling out of that? Number one, we sold out a year and a half worth of stock in 30 days. Why? Because it's working. When people started seeing the results of this, we started having it fly off the shelves. We sold out of it a second time, which to me is not hype anymore, right? You can sell out of something the first time because of the hype and the craze that is around it. But when people come back, it's because it's actually working and they're bringing their friends with them too. VIP, this is something I'm going to go through this kind of quickly if you want to screenshot this too. We have a really amazing rewards program with our VIP members. You pay $9.95. It gives you access to an entire year. You get 25% off of your retail prices. Along with that, you're going to get an additional 10% off your very first order. And then you get free products on month two and free products on month three. And that still says March incentives, but that should say April. So you get a free product in May, you get a free product in June, and then every 3 months after that. And so Plexus really sets us up for success. We know that consistency is key. Do you have to have a subscription here? No, you do not have to have a subscription here, but we love being able to have those subscriptions because it helps you stay consistent. And consistency is absolutely key in this for healing. So, right now, I'm going to pass it over to one of my best friends, Ashley Baker, which always sounds so weird for me to say her whole name because if you've been here for a while, I always just call her Baker. But she was actually, I'm going to say this before she says it and make myself feel old before she makes me feel old. She was actually a senior when I was teaching. She was on a basketball team that I coached, and she was a student helper as a senior and came over and would help in my sixth grade classroom. And so, over the last, that was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I guess I graduated 20 years ago. And I have just seen her do so many incredible things and reached out to her because she was posting about having terrible migraines, and just not feeling her best self as a single mom and all she was doing. And so I'm going to let her take it away and share her story with you. And then I'm going to put everybody's name into the drawing. I'll come back and finish it up after she gets done making us feel all the feels. Go ahead, Baker.
Well, thanks. You don't even look like you're old enough to be like my basketball coach 15 years ago, but actually it's 16 years ago in June. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. If you don't know me, I'm Ashley Baker. I'm now a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus. I've been here for 9.5 years. But when I started back in 2016, my life looked a lot different. Like Bree said, I was a single mom. I was fresh out of college, um, working 2 jobs, living week to week on paychecks. I was on food stamps, never told anybody because I never wanted to ask for help. Medical assistance. And I just remember constantly doing the math in my head when I would go to the grocery store or needing gas in my gas tank. And I would think like, what can wait, what can't, and never really knowing if anything was going to pop up or anything. I also wasn't dreaming big back then, and I was really desperate for help. And Bree saw that and messaged me constantly and told me I really think you need to try this. And she would see me posting those dreaded Facebook memories that pop up like, oh my god, I have a headache again, I hate this. And they come up all the time. But she would see me posting those things and she's like, Baker, I really think you should try this. I'm like, nope, can't afford it, not interested, nope. But in the meantime, I was going to the doctors constantly. I was to a neurologist and everything, and they kind of just told me I had to deal with the migraines. And I was 25. I was on 7 different prescription medications, and that was for my migraines, insomnia, high blood pressure medicine at 25. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and just truly surviving. And then the last straw was in the ER for a migraine again that I had for 11 days. And I was like, this is it. So I told Bree, I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And I literally thought it was just going to be one more thing that didn't work. And I definitely didn't come in thinking of Plexus as a business. I came in thinking, hopefully this would help, but I was honestly in the back of my head thinking it wouldn't. But little by little, it did. And I started with the gut health system, which is our pink drink, our probio, and our bio cleanse. I was taking that daily. I also, our Joyome system, which now we have an amazing skin health line, which I use daily, which has really transformed my skin and helped me love my skin. Because if you know me 10 years ago, or even, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, I hated my skin and I didn't know that acne and skin issues were related to gut health, but sure enough, it was. Active has helped me with energy that I hadn't felt in years, and I'm obsessed with it now. With the purple drink, though, I'm not drinking 3 to 4 a day like I was. So you that know me will be proud of me for that. Um, and the ease has also been a favorite product of mine that has helped calm inflammation. So for the first time in a long time, when I started this, I was starting to feel like me again and starting to feel better. Um, and I didn't expect that my health was improving. That was only the beginning because I had started to find my confidence. I found community. I found women to link arms with that really believe in you before you believe in yourself. And that was Brie for me. And I'm like looking at her face right now. I'm like, I can't look at you. But and over the last month alone, that has really reminded me again just how much of a blessing this is. Can't look at you. But sorry, it's life's been lifing. If you know me, life's been lifing. But anyways, last month we reached a new rank of senior Ruby, which is one rank away from a jewel in the company. Um, And even more meaningful than that, though, was because there was several people on my team that reached new ranks. They helped new people. We had, I think, 43 people on our team get started last month, and there was seven new people that earned their first paycheck, which is incredible to me, and that means so much more to me than meeting that new rank. And that part never gets old of watching other people rise with you. So watching people realize too that they can do this too, that's one of the greatest gifts. And because what we have here is more than just products, it's more than just income, and it's more than just wellness. It's a blessing. Um, Honestly, I would be doing my friends and family a disservice if I never would have shared this and kept it to myself because it's so impactful to share both the products and the opportunity, which I've grown to love, which 9.5 years ago, never would have believed that I would be here now, but I'm so, so thankful that I am. Um, I know what it feels like to need hope, and I know what it feels like to that one small yes can change everything. I built this while teaching full time, while raising my busy son, while life has stayed busy and life has been lifing. Like, if you know behind the scenes, even a little bit of it, it's like one thing after the next. But here we are. I didn't have extra time, I just had a reason. And as a teacher, I've always believed that all the little wins, they add up, like the small moments that they add up to big results and really life-changing transformations. And this is exactly what it's been for me the last 9.5 years. Um, One of the biggest full circle moments is in February, I was able to take Jax and Alex to Cancun with me. And like, again, 9.5 years ago, I couldn't even take him to like Fly World to like, I didn't have the extra money to do that. So I love being the yes mom and able to do the extra things. Like we're doing travel basketball right now. And if you are a travel sports parent or know anybody that is, it's not cheap. So I'm so thankful to be able to do that for him and give him that experience. Back 9.5 years ago, I was always thinking, how am I going to pay this bill or how am I going to put gas in my gas tank? And now it's how can I create memories that I will never forget? So if you're watching this and thinking, I could never do that, or I don't have the time, I understand. I was there. But you don't have to do this perfectly. You don't have to do it like I do it. You don't have to do it like Brie does it. You just have to be willing to start and one step in front of the other. Because sometimes the smallest step can change the complete direction of your life. So if you've been curious about the products or the opportunity or what it could look like for you, message the person that invited you here tonight and have that conversation with them. Because when I started this 9.5 years ago, I was just needing help. And it really changed my health, my confidence, my life. And now I get to help other people do the same. So sorry for getting emotional, but we're here.
Baker, I love that you get emotional because I know, thank you. Will you guys just drop a thank you in the chat for her or something that hit that she said that so she can read that back through? Because this is the other part of this is again, she doesn't have to get on and share, right? But when you have that amount of emotion connected to something, It shows how real and raw and vulnerable this opportunity is. And that's what we want for every single one of you. Because the average American right now, and I was going to get back on and show some more slides about what Plexus is as an opportunity, but we're just going to have a couple minutes of a conversation before we hop off. Because we want y'all to know that no matter what you decide here, you are in the right space and your ambition is welcome here. Whether that ambition is for you getting healthy and being able to take these products, or whether that is you sharing with a couple of your closest friends and family for that extra accountability. And this month, when you share with 3 people, so the second that you join, that you order your products, you get a free referral link. That referral link, when you share that, it makes an impact, right? I got to share that with Baker. That made an absolute impact. And now she's made that impact with hundreds more people on her team. Sharing that referral link with 3 people this month is $400 back for you. Sharing that referral link with 9 people, 9 people. And I know that the first thing is like, oh, I don't know 9 people. The average person knows 300 people. If you're open to the possibilities, right? Whether that's your kids' friends, your grandkids' friends, your mailman, your family, the people that you see, 9 people is over $1,000 back for you this month. The average American family right now, to be able to live comfortably, needs between $500 and $600 more a month. And so before we hop off tonight, and I could go through all the stats, I could go through all the things that Plexus is and why this is amazing. We have consumable products. We get to do it in places like this, like we have systems, right, where you get to invite people in. You don't have to know every single thing about the product. You don't have to be a salesperson. We love being able to share here. What you do is be able to make an impact back for other people. The same way if a new restaurant came into town, I would call up my friends and be like, hey, we're going to go do this together. This is the same thing here. You message 3 or 4 people that you do life with, and you're like, hey, we're going to get healthy together. That's what you get to do here. And so we want you to dream a little bit bigger. What would that do for your family if you had an extra $400 deposited in your account in the next 2 weeks? Because that's the reality with Plexus. What would you do if you had an extra $1,000 a month deposited in your account because you simply chose to share your link and make an impact with other people? That's generational, right? When you have that health and those stressors lifted from us, that is absolutely being able to show up in more moments, both for you and for your family. And so you heard Baker's story. We have so many stories like that are on our team, and I'm looking at the faces of so many women on here tonight that are doing just that. They made that decision. They decided to stop saying in the indecision and make a decision to make their lives look a little bit different. And so, if you are here tonight, just like Baker said, do not go to sleep tonight, or if you're watching this recording back, without reaching back out to the person that invited you here and just asking them, what products would help me with this? And how do I share my link to gain that extra back? Because those two things absolutely go hand in hand. Rebecca, if you will message Baker at the end of this, your name was drawn while she was giving her testimony tonight. You are the winner of the cashback giveaway. And so we'll get that to you as well. We want to just thank you guys for being here. We know that the wellness space is really loud. There's lots of different things that are being posted and lots of different directions that you can go. But I am a firm believer that you are not here by mistake, that you didn't get a message out of just hap chance that somebody popped in and you clicked on this link tonight. You're here for a reason. You're here to be able to show up and to make a difference. And we want to make sure, again, that you're confident and comfortable and you have all of your questions answered. Thanks for being here tonight. Have a good night, everybody.